up something quick. I really don't know about getting online today, but okay, I guess we'll work it out. Give me about 1 minute and I'll be joining you. What I mean by the main goal right now is striving. Striving to be ready in everyday go life and not just strive about love. It's not about getting into trouble. I personally think daily is what my personal goal is make sure everything works for me. And it's not easy to be honest. I have some hiccups here and there, and I would really combine these to be the hardest. And I don't understand my phone don't wanna work real quick. Give me like 2 minutes to figure it out. Hold on, having some technical difficulties on my end.
Bluetooth mode.
Daily goal strive is my strive comes only when you feel motivated, self-motivated, not just because your school, not just because your daily goal, and not just because your love. Your love life is another hand that is part of the goal, but it's also another strive to work for your main goal and where your dream, where it's impossible to build, but it's there. It's fundamental that you need to be there. And most of the time, I feel depression is another issue. Hold on, give me a minute. Just like how Huawei is making billion of dollars in the making, it's impossible to make, but I'm striving to be there, like to be fair. So the main goal is very isolated in this point is
I will run, I will climb.
if you listen to this music
I'm undefeated.
and you will know where this come from.
Jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe it.
I strive to daily go is because I want to make sure everything works. Not just because you got a bigger fanboys, you got a like motivation is very thin at this point. You know, like the shortest time on frame and where the shortest frame came and goes is difficult in the same time. And I also want to say that I believe in my relationship, but sometimes relationship have to be placed on hold, or maybe like leave a voice messages, you know, like try to get it bypass. And I personally feel a lot of people have this like bad intention, but it's definitely not my intention to hurt anybody or say about bad things in the making. It's how we strive together as a team, as a loving partner, and understanding each other by mistaking something and make it possible to strive that very goal and replace that two fiction is love and the goal of your life. And the goal of the life is making it split together, you know, like half and half, but it's technically squished to the point that you say it's no return, but definitely it's there. I mean, it's possible to be anywhere. And I honestly feel the urge every day. Like, what strikes me every day in life, just like watching Naruto, watching Pokemon daily, and of course study as well. And not just study, enjoying that very decency of life. Not just high expectation, make it low in the expectation first, and then later on strive to a bigger goal. And the bigger goal we get, we actually make it possible. Like Huawei, you know, like how Huawei make it possible. Here, I don't know if Huawei is gonna kill me, but probably it's for the best, I guess. Here is a motivating video that I actually listen to every day.
I'm undefeated. Oh, jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, the past is everything we were to make us who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real, and all I see is stars. It's not until you fall that you fly. When your dreams come alive, you're unstoppable. Take a shot, chase the sun, find the beautiful. We will go in the dark, turning tides to gold, and we'll dream impossible. I will chase, I will reach, I will fly until I'm breaking, until I'm breaking out my cage like a bird in the night. I know I'm changing, I know I'm changing it into something big, better than before. And if it takes 1,000 lives, then it's worth fighting for.
rest of the video, I think you guys can find it. It's technically in every device nowadays. And the daily goal here is never give up. As you've seen on the video, it says never give up. Even on the clipboard, it doesn't give up. And never give up on your true love. Never give up on how you motivate yourself. And to me, never give up in daily strive is striving for your dreams, striving for your relationship, and striving to understand your current situation. And to be fair, there's a lot of people saying that my relationship sucks. But I never give up. Especially some people, they say that my relationship can be bad in a way, but I don't find it bad. I think it's an adventure rather than going down alone. You have a partner that happens to be there when you need them, and when you talk to them, it's much more relaxing, not just stress. And daily goal does handle the stress, like study, making video content, making live stream content, making a lot of things going on. And honestly, is mind-boggling and a lot of bottleneck here and there, and it's just like how we handle it. It's not because you have daily life you're scared of. It's impossible to build. None of those are an excuse. It's better you are able to strive to make that connection, not just because you felt like you're short-lived, and not just what you call it, like applying to an internship job as well. You have to be self-motivated, not just because you're making that goal. It's technically you want that goal. And motivating through watching video, through listening music doesn't work for you. Believe in yourself. I guess, I mean, a lot of motivation here and there. You just Google it, image saying motivation, and they will probably give you a lot of things. And honestly, I believe in listening to that music.
We will go in the dark, tiny days to go.
And also personal judgment. I know people have bad judgment about me and there, but yeah. Like I said, not just self motivation is there to make it possible, is there to make it activate yourself. Like whenever you feel happy, you just feel happy. Don't just say that, oh, you're impossible to make that love, you're impossible to create that love. It's possible to build. It's possible to build a Lego set as well. And motivating into that goal is like shaping your own love life. And I never give up on my love. Even though people tell me to block and get rid of her a long time ago, but basic courtesy, I don't want to do that. I just feel like people is looking down at you at this point. I personally don't give them that idea that I will do it. It's some motivation and trusting. Trusting is another issue people have, even in content creating world. Like a streamer never, like how previously I encountered one streamer. You remember who is this? Is Sniper Panda. a nightmare, but also it's a worth to laugh at, I guess. I mean, look, he used this way to blackmailing people, saying that he owned the content copyright. But here, Bensound Music Entertainment, like this, I'm playing one. He thinks he owned the copyright. But what you don't know about royalty-free music is technically royalty-free music is an open source department. So we can use that music as a content creator. So technically he don't own the right. He don't own the entire internally. I personally feel like he make it like a stupid fool of himself, and honestly I don't want to feel bad for him, but I feel bad for him. To be honest, if he studied very hard, I would think that he will be an open mindset. But the open mindset is difficult because people is deadlocked to their world, and honestly, not just music entertainment is technically everywhere. Like gaming industry, you say I own the copy of the game and the person had the game also. Doesn't mean you're copying, you're just enjoying as what you wanted, not just because you hated it. You need someone to motivate you to play. I used to see Sniper Panda as a daily goal and make it possible to build a internal and external branch of related to streaming relationship family preview, but doesn't work out and shit just downfall, no? And I've been there and I've been hurt before. I've been through it. I mean, once rumors say some shitty ass things and make it impossible to build, then therefore I'm no longer gonna talk to Sniper Panda. I don't want to talk about him. This is my one and only time I'm gonna talk about him, and today is the last. So Sniper Panda, if you're gonna listen to this, I would advise you to think about it. Google said those royalty music doesn't mean you own it. Even the rule, once you public it, it's there for someone to use. I can use that exact rule that you put, but you cannot say that I can't use it, and you cannot say that you own the music. True, I cannot buy the same equipment, I cannot buy the same game, I cannot buy the PlayStation, but I can own the music as an open source. Don't just say it's a bad environment to like use the same music. For example, this music, Dream, or I open source a music, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad idea. To be honest, Bensound music is one of those ideally placed where hyper people use it as a listen to and make it possible, you know. Even in bad times, good times, Sniper Panda did his routine, and I guess it's fair. But music wise, you cannot say it's your fault. Technically, you have to blame on yourself. You never study very well. Royalty music is open source to everybody, and I can use it. Gaming industry can use it, so you cannot say it's technically owned by you and copyright. It's nonsense. Honestly, whatever you claim in that video content and say about me on live stream, I'm sorry, but you're full of it. And not just full of it, it's impossible. Like, you don't own the industry, so technically you can't buy the music unless you create it on your own, and then that will be a different story. Like, you play on the piano and you build it on your own on the computer. I don't care what you did, but you're nonsense, literally horribly known for nonsense. Sniper Panda made a mistake blaming that I could copy a music or rules, but when I talk to an external branch or people, they say there's no such rule. And honestly, so I would technically don't understand people having some hate moment here and there, but once that hate storm is gone, it's definitely gonna be a good idea to have a very practical related to this situation and then shape it together to make it possible content. To me, it's impossible to build it on my own. That's why I branch out to different places, and honestly, striving to that goal is impossible to build it on your own. Is build it through external party, and external party can be friends from United States, and I have friends from United States that study in university before in SMU, and then they left. So there's another thing about working environment is you meet people, like for example university people, diploma people, or external party that you study with, and then they branch to another location, then you can branch that little streaming world content to that location. It's like branching each other by mapping, not just because you're motivated by one person, don't just motivate by your partner, but motivating through intern. And I think intern, rather than giving some bad things and then giving out more bad things at the same time, it's just horrible. What he says to me is horrible on the stream, and I feel like violated here. But I won't blame him. I blame the stupid people that believe the content to be impossible with no evidence, even though it's proven. Whatever rule or whatever you think is impossible, the music is not built by you. So if your name is not on that music or not tagged to that music, so it's technically not copyright. And is the rule terms, I mean, I never copied a Panda Bear logo on anything that is related to the Panda Bear. I just make it there to use it. I have the same rule as Sniper Panda because I think people need to like stick to the rule. Don't just hate the content creator. Just happen to be I have the same rule and I want that same rule, so I might take it. Then in the other hand is I don't want to take it. I don't take content from you. I listen to the content and then I make my own. I don't just copy and paste. Nah, none of it. I take my role as a responsibility, and I don't take it as impossible to build. I mean, it's impossible to build if the external party will mind boggling themselves saying that, oh, copyright is this. It's not copyright, it's honestly saying how you want to perceive it. And honestly, by dealing with people, it's not just requirement, but it's also impossible to build a external relationship when the person is badly associated with something that I don't think is possible to build. It's impossible to build one place to another place, but of course we branch. I met people from SUTD from my previous work, and it's fine. I mean, you can talk to them, have some fun time about them, and they knows and they know who am I. I'm just a royalty play structure, and I just want to have my content branch out, not just because this is happening. It's not happening. Whatever you say on your content, please note twice rather than blaming the content creator that having the same, like, music. Don't just say music owned by you. If you're not the content music creator, you cannot say you own the music. I don't own the music. I technically took it from Bandsound, and Bandsound is an open source free music. So it's not really your music, it's technically open world. So everyone can use it, game industry can use it. Bandsound also be using in our upcoming video game. I mean, the video game that we create as a project is not launched, but it's definitely there to be used, not just damn, bench out together. I never say I own the content, but I take it as a content creator needs that we need to build an external relate to the relationship. Don't just build one and then crash. So that's the crash course of it. It's like a lot of people say that, oh, this is this related to this, and bro, there's nothing you can say content creating is yours. I even speak to an legal internal in authorized and authority. They said the same thing. If it's Bandsound, it's open source. You can't say copyright. And I also branch out to a lot of people. They say, wow, that's completely bullshit and nonsense. They laugh at it. I mean, they laugh at it. Okay, fine. I don't fantasize what he said, but he did it on his own term, and I say that God bless him. I don't want to talk to him, and I won't be seeing his content anymore. Since what he said is stupidity, is nonsense, and I definitely don't think it's possible to build a external relationship to those people. But there is people that I trust. For example, relationship wise, girlfriend or partner in your life, they can be trust, but depends on people preference. I personally trust relationship long time ago, and it doesn't work. But right now I'm giving another shot, so it's not just one party to another party, it's also an external party. An external party can be anywhere in the world. So, Sniper Panda, God bless you. I know you're sent and I'm done dealing with your video, so we're not gonna talk about it. We all know, we seen it. We don't appreciate this kind of content that you're claiming, and it's not fair to the industry. And I honestly think you're full of it on your own. I make it as a content creator, as a streamer, and I also make Unity gaming. I touch on Unity a lot, and honestly, whole lot of project that we're going to build through the computer is about gaming industry, and we are striving to build that as a team, not just looking out at you is how you predicted. I never presumed this gonna be a top thing, but of course we have to put it out. And this is my final saying that Sniper Panda, you're done, and we're done with dealing with you. So contract wise, it's cut. I have talked to certain people, external branch, and they tell me they are interested to be a partner, but I take internship rather than partnership. I do give them a contract, and that contract is legal to binding. Is one, you cannot promote another streamer, and then another goal is try to build an external bridge. Don't just say you want this bridge, and there's definitely a hardcore crash party in here there, but we are doing it as a tester. We're not doing it as a contender. We just make it as a making sure this is branching out perfectly, not branching to a brand that stick to copyright. I don't stick to copyright. I stick to whatever I want, and the game I want, the game I think that is interesting, rather than I go to build it on my own term and take the risk. I never given up on most of the thing. I never give up on my relationship either. My relationship can be as chaotic as much as I can say, but definitely branching out is definitely another thing. And most of those people that saw me outside, they even know I'm a streamer, but they just fine. But honestly, there is people that came up to me and talked to me in real life, but I never really had that intention to give them anything. Like, I never intention to love anybody at this point, but I also have intention to love my partner, and I trusted her with all the eternity. Not just because you are play structured to this. It's branch to the loyalty. We guys loyalty to the lover, but the lover had to be trust, and trust is given, not to be break. Is to promise that what you have done and what you have strived before, and you want to give a external party. Don't just because you trust this person and then overnight do give things. And I personally, I buy my own things. I buy my own gear. I even buy the microphone. I even buy quite a few things on my own term, and I also spend what is needed. I don't go build on a gaming industry rather than go on building on someone and say copyright. Yeah, I mean, it's not your name. I don't see your name. If your name is from this company, I wouldn't mind saying that I would legally talk to you, but binding to one music doesn't mean you own it. I will externally say I trust my lover, and trust is given to them by one rather than giving them chances. I give them time and persistence that they can establish. I strive to keep up what we can do. I don't strive to something impossible. I strive to something only available for me. And I said to everybody, don't just judge books by cover. By judging people is wrong. And I know content creator, they can be full of themselves sometimes, but of course won't blame them. I mean, okay, they probably might have a stressful day, and honestly, I have stress. I don't go bled out to other people, but internally, I trust my lover, and I do want to have that love life to be taken care of rather than going to another party. I personally feel like I'm branching out, saying that a lot of people think that having a cheerleader as a girlfriend is impossible to build. But I never given up on her. I also study. She also studies. She is 20 years old, and I'm around the 24 age. Externally, I'm 4 years older than her, but I give it time to branch out. I mean, I don't just go and do nasty things on her. I don't really own her, but I do own by her. Like, she technically have me, but it's also she have me virtually and she have me in real. But I have it as a party. I obviously will discuss with her a lot of things, and personally other things that is not included to the script. So therefore, never give up on your goal. Don't look down at people, and never in the world say that you own that music and the rule that you built out had the same integration that we as a streamer want. We want that same rule. You cannot say you own that rule. You don't even have a contract with me. If I remember precisely, I never signed a contract with Sniper Panda. So technically, no contract, no legal term. If you're saying this on your own term, I would say you're full of it. So yeah, a laughing stock at this point. I honestly laugh at what he says, and I said, man, people are stubborn. I mean, I won't blame them, but join them laughing. I'm gonna haha now because I can't stop laughing. But I want to keep it fantasized. I'm not here to bash out Sniper Panda. I don't want to bash out somebody that I don't care. But I care when my love life is at risk. And technically my love life is a-okay, normal, but I want to externally build many things in one time. Not just build this relationship with your girlfriend. Don't just build this boat with your friends. We build to strive. We built to ambition. We built to make it possible. We don't build to impossible. And we also take it to the point I do love my love life and I do care about my girlfriend. Well, overprotective, to be honest. You know how cheerleader is, and a lot of people say dating a cheerleader is a bad thing, but I honestly say I give it a shot and hope for the best that the person is trustworthy. I given her the trust, but she also need to push. Not just I push, she need to push. So she need to deal with her thing, and I would gladly support her whenever I can. I won't just build something and dump it in somewhere in the middle of the sea and leave it there to die. I mean, technically, like planting your own tree. You want to see that tree bloom. Don't just see the tree as a dead plant and you don't want to rinse it with the water to gone. You want to make the water clear. You want to make it fresh. You want that tree to grow. And then the growing branch can build a fruit. A peach fruit or grape tree. Whatever tree it is, I don't care. But we do care as a person and external party. I mean, I have many people that I saw in SUTD. I could take them as a friend, but I honestly have one lover, and I stick to that lover. I won't go strive to another person. I won't love anybody else. I strive to maintain the love that I have, rather than having them shame or run away. That's not what I'm here to build. I externally build this as a base of defensive. I take my girlfriend advice most of the time. I listen to her needs and what she wants. I know half of the time is impossible. She been sick and I agree she need to rest. And I'm also scared because she's talking to a friend and I do trust her and I want her to give me the same trust. So I'm giving her trust, but we also have a trust issue. But we are working to build a better relationship. I want to build a better relationship. I talked to her earlier and I told her that we need to work on our relationship. Don't just think as what it is. It's technically advancing to the next level. Take it as a challenge. I take it as a personal goal. I take it as a personal intention, personal loving, personally giving trust. I used to have trust issue until I met this wonderful cheerleader. She's the cheerleader of my life, and I know from the fact that I trust her is definitely an expensive main goal. I definitely don't want to woo the cheerleader away, but I want to have my own cheerleader. And honestly, loving a content creator, loving someone that highly known about you, but we hardly know each other. We give each other detail. We just talk about things. Take it as normal, and I don't really give out a lot of things, honestly. I given her the trust is because I can trust her, but I also can remove the trust anytime. But I built that trust is to externally build an external loving rather than giving to a frame picture wise. I would just give her the life. Whatever she needs, I will give it. No question asked, I just give her something that I can never take back, but of course would give her the benefit of an adult. She's 20 years old and she's an adult. She have to make her own decision. I just don't build her decision. Building your own decision is based on how you are acting and how you are making a video content creator. You're a streamer. I don't care. She TikTok video of herself sometime with her sister, and I give it as a benefit of the doubt. I don't use TikTok. I honestly feel like TikTok is a waste of time and it's toxic, but a lot of people use it. I'm open to look into TikTok, but I don't go to make video content like this. I honestly just don't see the urge of using TikTok. But people do use TikTok at certain point. Even popular streamers they use TikTok. I personally have a TikTok account, but I only see people content rather than going and do video and do some bullshit things, and I don't think it's worth the time. But half of the time I trust my girlfriend and I do trust her with a benefit of a doubt. She need to craft herself to a beautiful future rather than going down backward and make it impossible. Make it public to be open size. You just have to maintain that person that you can trust. Don't just maintain the person you can trust. You can trust when only the person is there, but I never give trust when somebody just blindly give things out. So therefore I trust my girlfriend and I trust the sister. The sister have to make things right, and obviously discussion is on board. I will be going off from here, and I externally would say you have to trust your partner. No matter it's a relationship wise, I would say it's a honest declaration, not just your downfall, but you can also build a person trust. I trust her and I give her the benefit of a doubt. I will give her more time to think what she's doing rather than I go and chill and get her angry or something. I would just go ahead and do it. So I'm going off from here. So see you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, my computer is coming back today in the evening. Phone is too big. So my laptop is going to be back by tonight, but I'm also planning to download, so it's gonna take me additional another day or 2 days time to prepare, and I think it's definitely worth it if they manage to fix whatever they destroyed before. And honestly, It's a headache. I've been dealing with customer service 24/7. And I want to make sure we build the Strive together. So I'm out and see you guys. I'm going to see if I can have some personal time with my girlfriend rather than seeing her go to bed. She's going to bed in about an hour or so. She need to rest and she have cheerleader practice. And I do appreciate that she's there for me rather than giving me problem. It's all I can say, and I do love her. So see you guys and hasta la vista.